I think like the term resilience is going to have a different interpretation and how it relates to Budo depending on the person. When I hear the word resilience, I think about overcoming real hard, adversities. And that's and with the COVID restrictions, I was just kind of like, all right, just bring it. It wasn't really, I didn't get bent out of shape or depressed, believe it or not. I don't know if it's because I've been doing martial arts since I was a kid, and maybe I can't really, I think my perspective is going to be different than someone who started when they're older, and maybe they're able to observe more of the differences because they clearly had pre-Budo and now post-Budo kind of, they can see the cause and effect of the training. So I think that's the first thing I should make clear. And as a result, I mean, it's like, this has been a part of my life, my whole, since I was little. So it's almost like another meal for me when I'm eating during the day. You eat like 2 meals, 3 meals a day. You train a few days a week. It's just part of your routine. So it's not like you think of it as any kind of thing like, oh, I add this and it's going to have this kind of effect. So I didn't get really depressed really when it happened. So I don't know if it's because I just had that resilience built up from all these years of training already, or if it's just literally because I'm like, okay, so why don't I just work with this and look at the positive, look at the silver lining here. It sucks, no doubt. And, I itch to train all the time. But I think also I looked at it as, okay, this is an opportunity to really reflect and think about all of the philosophical stuff that you did. Maybe reflect on your own training. It kind of reminds me of those scenes in a lot of those classic, going back to it, those classic Kung Fu movies. You always have that part of the movie or the part of the story where the main character goes through some kind of huge catastrophic event in their life, and then they have to go off to the mountains and they get away from it and then they reflect. I think that COVID kind of grants all of us that opportunity.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, and you could reflect. The other thing is that I look at it as, oh, well, this is a time where I actually have the time to be creative with this. I can put more creative content revolving this field of martial arts out there, because I didn't have that time before since I'm just training. I'm busy training all the time. You don't have time for like this other extra stuff. So that's why I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. You just deal with it. And also with resilience, it's like, I think a part of it, what's implied is that you never get lazy and complacent with, yourself. So you try to find a way to make it work if you really want to make it work within your best ability. So me, for example, I go to a state where it's open if I can, I think you just figure out a way to do it. I've already explored the stuff of outside, inside. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. So I find a different one that works. So that's kind of how I look at it with COVID and resilience. I just don't, I think maybe the Budo maybe built the resilience so I'm not as bent out of shape about this bomb that got placed on me, of COVID. You just sort of go with it.
Before starting Kyudo, I used to run, like we're talking like 10 kilometers every time, probably 3 or 4 times a week. So I was like running because that would like give me stress relief. I would be really calm after that. However, just at the space where I am at the moment, doing Kyudo for 3 years, the amount that I run has gone down drastically, just because I found that other thing that gives me so much like calm and peace and like stress relief. So it's kind of from running to Kyudo, it's just sort of like running is phased out over the time. So just having that like calmness and patience and focusing on one thing, and just like, it's like meditation in a way, has really helped. Like people are getting really tired, they're stressed working from home. The kids, my kids, 3 kids are at home doing like online schooling. I'm becoming their teacher. Like, it drives me insane. But then I can just go to my makiwara and, you know, I can just have time for myself and just shoot and it's meditate, just be really calm. And so, yeah, having Kyudo itself being so calming and like really centers me, it's really helped me during this time, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, the same. That and especially Ando Sensei is always a very, he always tries to find the positive and the best in everything. And again, through this, so before COVID, we had a lot of events. We'd have training camps, and we'd have demonstrations, and we'd have people coming to stay at the dojo. So in a way, we'd kind of gone a little bit away from, I mean, obviously we were training, we still have the training every day, but in a way we'd kind of moved our focus to that, to all the events. In February, we had the kids tournament that we were starting to get people from coming. 2 years ago, I think, was the first time that we had kind of the World International Kids Tournament. And in a way, our focus had moved a little bit away from the training, which is case is the most important thing. That's the only thing really. So for us, in a way, it was having to stop all those events, all those demonstrations, has brought us back to the most important things, and having to look at those basic movements and the basic techniques, look at them again and kind of start again from zero. So in a way, it's been a huge opportunity for us, and not only in the terms of techniques, but also in terms of our dojo and how we run the dojo and how we teach and how we recruit students in some ways. So it's been a chance for us to really reset everything. And I think in a way, for the world itself, it's given us a time to stop and just look, you know, at what we're doing and at our society, and kind of exposed what we need to fix and where we need to go back and start again. So it's been
maybe reset priorities, no? Like individuals, as martial artists, martial arts, a dojo. Very nice, very interesting. I don't know. I was thinking again, talking to other martial artists, that if you concentrate just in one aspect of the art, you're missing the rest. And now this is the time of, oh, okay, I cannot do this, but I have so many more, like combat sports. That's it. Fight, nothing else. You get strong, beat the others, and that's it. You don't have the rest that maybe not more traditional martial arts that have more aspects. You know, you can breathe, you can like it says, concentrate in the more creative side of martial arts. That's an opportunity.
With us, what Ando Sensei has been saying recently is that so before now, if you wanted to learn Aikido, it was hard. I mean, you had to get a DVD, and you had to learn from a DVD. But now there's so much out there on social media and on the internet, on YouTube, that anybody can access that information. They can access instructional videos. So what Ando Sensei is been saying is that it's kind of, so now in the actual dojo, it's pushing us that we have to improve to get people to actually come to the dojo. You have to offer something extra, not just an empty form or just the shape that they can learn themselves on the internet. So it's, for us, it's kind of giving us a bit of an extra push. We have to be better. So that's one thing I think that's for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that again, especially now, people can't go and train. Connection, I think it's brought people closer together around the world now.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we did Zoom Aikido during when the dojo was closed, and you know, we'd have people from training from all around the world. So in a way, it's brought people closer.
Mm.
I think, yeah.
In terms of benefiting, especially for Kyudo as a martial art, it's not that well known around the world. So just in that way of promotion and like Joho Hashin, so getting like it noticed and out there, and people saying, oh, that's not archery, that's Kyudo, like using the actual, you know, not Japanese archery, but Kyudo. So having the word become part of people's vocabulary, or people, oh, I've heard of that before, that's shooting a bow and arrow, and like people being able to understand it a little bit more. It's social media has really helped sort of grow the population of Kyudoka. And also there's quite, especially on Instagram, there's quite a support network in Japan of Japanese Kyudoka. So everybody follows everybody else, and everybody's like cheering everybody else on. And we post our videos and ask for advice, especially when the dojos were shut and that sort of thing. So it's helped, one, just sort of like within the world, like getting Kyudo a little bit more known, well known, and getting people interested in it. And then two is just having the support network when you're not able to meet others, or you have this like people doing online competitions via social media in Kyudo. So it's kind of like there's a lot of opportunities and benefits that I can think of. So it's just like getting it more well known and promotion of the actual martial art itself. I think it's quite beneficial.
I think that there are two things which kind of go off of what Jessica and Stephanie are saying. The first thing is education. So I think that the first thing is that social media is good for promoting accurate information and representation of what you do to the wider public. And it's very nice to have good images and hashtags that are only restricted to Instagram. You know, so I've noticed that in my posts with Naginata, for example, the posts that tend to get the most likes are the ones where I'm giving Budo information directly from the All Japan Naginata Federation textbooks and putting the visuals. Of course, beautiful visuals get a lot of likes, but also the free information is what really gets a lot of hits. And I think people like that. It's also relatable, especially the more abstract philosophical things. Other martial artists from other disciplines like that, because they can see a common ground and they can see the Naginata interpretation, which is interesting and they wouldn't have access to otherwise. So first is education. I think it's great for that. The second thing is that and this kind of relates, I think, to a generational difference. For younger people, they don't have the same social skills as people from older generations, where you didn't have the internet and you can hide behind a screen to communicate with people, and you don't have to do eye contact, you don't have to like get trained in small talk, and those social skills, that's not as natural and that's not as trained in the younger generation. And I think and think about it. Think about how martial arts was when you were growing up. The only way you can really see it is if you like go, okay, taking a leap of faith, then I walk into the scary, intimidating dojo. But see, that's like something that's not talked about. That's not talked about, but that is a real thing. You're like this new person, and the way that martial arts is portrayed in the media back in the days, that you have that mean, strict sensei that's going to yell at you if you do something wrong. That terrifies beginners. And but also that fear still is instilled right now, and that makes people very hard to go in and even see the dojo. They don't want to see it. They just kind of want to get info, and to get info is hard. However, with social media, it makes it easier for the newer generation to be able to contact the dojo through DMs, for example, and ask information. Oh, when are classes? I think it helps them. And so that's where I think it's beneficial. And I think the third point that I'll make, which one of my professors at Columbia kind of does all our research on, is the visuals. Visuals are extremely powerful, more than you realize. And there are positives and negatives about it. And I think that with the positive parts, like people see this visual and this image of what this is. And, you know, they say, oh, this is something I can learn, I can be, this is the representation of what it is. I think that that's good, and you could use it in a good way. So that's what I think.
I wanted to enroll my daughter in karate, and my grandmother-in-law said karate is for boys. So just to let you know, in Japan, generationally, they're very sexist. So like this, the boys do this and girls do this. It's very like different to New Zealand, where there is no like girls are this and boys are this. Everybody is humans, so there's not like specific empowerment for women. It's just like empowerment for all children or people. So it's kind of but living in Japan, you get quite used to that. Like these toys are for boys and these toys are for girls. This martial art is for girls and this martial art is for boys. It's quite similar. So it's not just a overseas thing, it's a Japan thing as well. So yeah, no solutions. I just wanted to point out that it's quite like generational. Older 70s or 80-year-old people, they will say like, they're quite sexist.
It's true, definitely. Yeah. No, I'm not expecting. There's no right answers or easy solutions for this. This is a work in progress, definitely. I mean, again, I've been actually one of the persons who has put me in really painful locks in here. I've been choked, I've been kicked by girls, and I think actually martial arts can help you into that, you know, because you know when you enter the tatami, is like doesn't matter, you know. Is you're gonna learn how to choke someone from a girl, and you can get choked out by a girl, and that's fine, you know. But it's a process that you need to leave everything, like a lot of things outside of the dojo, and it's not easy, and it will take a lot of time, and especially I guess from our side, from men to change things.
We need more women leadership. That's very simple.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be real. That's how you do it, because whoever's the figurehead or the top person, they're gonna recruit like-minded people, because that's the image they see. They see Naginata and they see this person, like, oh, if I can relate to that person that is representing that, you know, whatever this is, like-minded people do it. There's like that saying, I don't know where it came from. Maybe it came from China originally a long time ago, but there's that saying, like, birds of the same feather flock together. And they say that a lot here in the US. I think that definitely applies to leadership. And I'm sure you probably notice in your dojo, especially if you have a smaller one, you kind of have like similar personalities, or people with like similar personalities, similar interests. And they kind of sort of are in here. And that, you know, I think that has to do with however the leader is. However the leader is, you're going to recruit people like them.
Yeah.
I've noticed that, you know, when, for example, in a college club, and this goes into also race in general, where if the head person is white American, there are a lot of new students that are white American like the head. If the head is Asian American, you get a lot of Asian new students, less white, black, Hispanic, you don't get that many non-Asians coming in. And that's the same with gender. If you have a male president, then other males are more comfortable and there are less females. Now, if there's a female head, there are generally a lot more females that go in and less males. So I think that more women leaders, which I know is very difficult to do in a traditionally male dominated martial art, like the ones you guys do, it's a little more difficult.
Yeah, very difficult.
It is. And but that's what you do. You need women leaders. They can't be the assistant instructor. They got to be the main deal, the head person. Then they're like, oh, this person. And that's my opinion. And you need a female figurehead, and you'll get more women.
True.
Binary people. For some reason, I think non-binary individuals tend to feel, I guess, more welcomed in with a female leadership for some reason compared to males. I don't know why. I'm not a critical gender theorist or anything, but I did notice that. And most gender neutral locker rooms, restrooms are usually the women's ones, not the men's rooms for some reason in the United States. And even my alma mater, Mount Holyoke, which is the oldest seven-sister women's college, they accept non-binary people all the time. And there are people who are transgender, they're in there, but it's a women's college. So that's something to take into consideration. I think you need female leadership.
I think the key word for our next episode is going to be role models. Nice. That's it. Is how actually not just for females, to the improvement of females, but also for men. Like proper role models in martial arts. A sensei has this in Japan is very strong, but in general, the sensei becomes a super important figure in so many people's life. And it transforms you, like exactly what Katie described. I think we all got it, like when we're stepping into the dojo and it's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to him, and is key that encounter. I will tell you just a quick story of this. Inoue Sensei, which was the headmaster of Joshinkan, not the founder, but he basically put all the technical parts of our system. And it was a very nice guy in general, but the aura of him was incredible. And my second day in the dojo, I was just watching Kengaku just sitting there, and he walked straight to me and started talking like, "Where are you from? Oh, how long you been practicing Aikido? 2 days. Oh, okay. We need people. And he said, if you train every day for 2 years, you get your black belt. You go back to your country and you start a Joshinkan dojo because we don't have Joshinkan Aikido in your country. So that's your mission." And I was okay, no pressure. No, it's my second day and he's already giving me this. But the encounter with someone like him and such a nice person really marked my journey, and it's been positive, and I always go back to that, like nobody is forcing me to go back to the dojo. It's just one old man who told me this, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and he treated me always nice, and it's very important. So I think the key word, yes, role models, how we can create them, find them, nurture them. That will be a very, very interesting, especially, and I'll try to make it post-COVID. Definitely, we're gonna need them. We're gonna need these people to lead us, to help us to improve, to recover, or to, I don't know, like cope with the traumas and all these things that they're gonna stay with us. Okay. Thank you very much. See, it was just 15 minutes off. But
Perfect time.
yes, almost perfect. Thank you very much. Thank
Oh,
you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. I did. And definitely.
Thank you for bringing us together.
Yes.
Can I take a screenshot? Can everybody smile?
Okay.
And then I'll take a couple.
Wait,
if it's
my
okay.
best angle. I gotta get my best angle.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a photo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Okay, so have a nice day and good night in Japan.
Okay.
And I hope I can see you again soon.
Thank
Everybody
you.
stay healthy.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.